Hello, hello. Hello, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Let me share you a personal story about how all this began. 1.5 years ago, I went to Paris in a cold January weekend to witness the first time, for me, the Product of the Year show in Paris. And I went there to bid for this particular franchise. As you know, Product of the Year is in 40 countries, last 26 years. This part of the world, no. Australia, 5 years already. India, 4. I said, what about us? So I went. I was very lucky. I had the support of the government. Encik Nasir is here from Agency Inovasi Malaysia. I had a letter from them because it's all about innovation. But I had to go and see the man himself to win him over. I was lucky. My French was bad, but my English was not too bad. So after 2 days, he said, Ham, I'm giving you the franchise for Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia. So I'm a Malaysia boleh story, so if you don't mind clapping, that's fine. I got better news for you. If I do a good job, you might get China. Beat that. City by city lah. Shanghai first, maybe Beijing later. Yeah, clap. Most important recognition, Malaysia is now the center of the region for product innovation. I want to thank all my judges, distinguished judges, who helped us along the process. I want to thank all my friends who are here. I want to thank all the media supporters who came out to be there for me and help me advertise this particular concept. As you know, this concept is not about media, creativity, campaign, effectiveness, branding. It's about product innovation. We have new winners every year. I had the luxury of meeting about 30 companies over the last 3 weeks, traveling from Praia to Johor, meeting new people, learning new things, and my years of experience in the advertising and media business helped me answer a lot of tricky questions. Well, I'm Indian, so I speak very fast. Next slide, please. So we are about innovation. Innovation here defined as new, or even an old product with a new twist. Tomorrow we got Coca-Cola, Tongkat Ali version, you're on. Next. And this is the man, Mr. Christian Lebret. He's here. He came here last year for our launch, and he'll be talking soon after me. And he came last night. He's going back tonight. He is an ex-L'Oreal man and a marketing professor. Next. This is the way it works. Year one, we're on an education trip, learning curve, teaching everyone, including ourselves. First step, companies submit their products, brands, and services. Originally, this used to be FMCG driven, but now we have also services in the mix. Number two, a distinguished jury panel. A distinguished jury panel got together, and they actually shortlist the products, advise me that, Ham, you don't use cosmetics, so let us tell you how it's done. So they cluster the products into categories, group them together, streamline, and they basically serve the entire, summarizing of the entire situation for market research, which goes into where the consumers decide who the winners are. And finally, the winners get to use the logo for 1 year. Of course, for them to enter, the product must be introduced in 1 calendar year before that. That's a deadline requirement. Next. There you go, first step, submission of products. During the jury day, we also added other products within the range. Products evolve all the time. We learn, it's a learning curve. I always say to everyone that Product of the Year is not a marketing award per se, where we celebrate and jump around, but it's about actually a marketing concept. In Paris, I noticed that the whole show was over in 1 hour. That's why I'm rushing here. I know your time is important. I also went to see a lot of marketing directors. Mr. Alvin also was not free until the last minute. I know how tight your time is. So similarly, in Paris, they were out by 10 o'clock, midnight, they were in front of the supermarkets waiting for the trucks to come in. This is serious business, gentlemen. Next. This is jury. I want to share with you. It's a very lucky day for me. Raymond Teo was the jury lead, sitting right in front. Big round of applause, please. You know that he's the president of the Malaysian Retailers Association, also known as MRA, but more famously known as the COO of the Parkson Group. Then we have Mr. Ian Krudas, who now runs a very nice chicken brand called Nando's, who spent many, many years at in the supermarket business before that. Mr. Ian Krudas, always lovely to see you. Thank you. Miss Noreen Erika Manjaman, you must know them well. She's a GM of marketing at GCH Retail. She apologizes, she couldn't make it, and she owes me one, she says. With a pretty little lady like that, I can't turn down that offer. Second, we got next we got Encik Nasir Jafar, very supportive, CEO of Agency Inovasi Malaysia, which I also must add, was instrumental in us getting the franchise. Thank you, sir. Continuing, we had Dato' Wira Haji Amir, the lovely man who runs Maidin across the country. He gave a lot of his wisdom, feedback, and quite eloquently vocal about a lot of stuff. We had a very healthy discussion along the way. And thank you, Dato'. And of course, my dear friend Ao Fung Yu, who runs Age Magazine, and we mix a bit of Malay, male and female together, because I'm not really good in the cosmetic segment. I say a big welcome to my very good friend, Mr. Jawhar. Just come in. Jawhar, sir, please have a seat for you right in front, sir. Thank you, sir. For my FNN dairies. Next. So the jury meet. Apart from the guy in the white shirt and the guy with the black turban, the rest are jury. So they meet, we put the products on the table, we discuss and all that, and actually, apart from consensus, there is a score sheet. So there's a numerical way of actually eventually deciding who goes in, who goes out. Of course, we take all their feedback into account, and I'm proud to say that today's winners reflect collective effort in that regard. Everybody should be proud to be a winner today. Next. Thank you. Thank you. So as I mentioned, we don't have a specific category as such, as products move all the time. The jury helps us to cluster these products into various categories. And this year, even Mr. Christian Brad was telling me for year one, to have 18 categories is phenomenal. So Malaysia Boleh again, thank you very much. Prasanna will talk to you a little bit about the research part, but he has the full report, which is about a year. Our sample size for year one was 2,000 consumers in Peninsular Malaysia, which is pretty good. Offline, online survey, male, female. And the winners, of course, get to use the red logo across all media, all platforms, Facebook, name cards, letterheads, container trucks, livery design, product, poster, outdoor. So it's a big deal, yeah. Next. Some examples, poster, decal, press head, how it's used. You saw in the video just now how people just change and frame and put it there. Capitalizing on the product or the year logo and optimizing to your advantage when you already got an ongoing A&P plan is a big deal. We work with our media partners, as you can see over here, all our media partners, who have given us special product of the year media packages with huge discounts. So for example, if you are in the business of cosmetics, no, I'm not in that day business, they give us discounts because this is standard SOP globally for product of the year. So they give us discounts and we pass the discounts to you because they run the inventory because you got only a year to optimize everything. They got big bang packages, they got seasonal, they got staggering. Mr. Ho Ketat, ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause to my good friend, Mr. Ho Ketat. Okay, you can see how it works in the retail. Sometimes people win more than one category, so they do a little bit of a product of the year, weekend promotion fair and stuff like that. Next one. Of course, Chinese New Year's favorite is the Wheel of Fortune, and there you go. So we are working with all the retailers, retail media people, and of course we have some distinguished media specialists also here. And to pump up the volume on this call, on our side, as a franchise holder of product of the year, we also advertise our concept in billboards. You may have seen some along the highway, one in Atamas and along the Duke Setiawangsa Highway. Thank you to Dr. George Frederick for that. Big round of applause. Thank you, sir. So it's very simple. The duration was over 1 year. Of course, some people have already sent us their logo designs on the pack last week. So effectively, if you're nice to me, you can start at midnight today. But you end at June 31st on 2015. There are many ways this is done. Shelf turnover, a lot of stuff, how you do it, how you manage it, inventory. We know how it's done. We've got a lot of experience. You can always come and talk to us. Thanks. Short video about jury comments and jury day. Please play the video.
First attempt, and I think it was a very good first attempt for this award in this country. Innovation is always a hard thing to measure, and I guess it gets harder and harder as the years go on to be new and interesting and different, and I think some of the products we've viewed today are very innovative, particularly within certain categories. Some were less innovative, and I think some of them were less new than I would have liked them to have been. But in certain categories, I think some of the products were magnificently innovative. The milk powder, the paints, some of the personal care and the electrical items, but also the banking services were also very interesting. It's a first attempt. It'll only get better.
In terms of product quality, it's very hard to say. I think there are a lot of quality product out there. It's just that, for example, if you want something healthy, because there are a lot of factors out there, right? Healthy in a sense of what? I get to see a lot of products, which is quite, some of it clearly very innovative, some of it is already existing in the market. So I just wonder how they're going to push that kind of product out there. It's all down to your marketing capability, your marketing gimmick, really. Yeah.
In fact, there are a lot of products that we even may not be aware of. Okay, and I think looking at the standards of the product we presented, a lot of them, including Malaysian products, I think are there. And with this product of the year, I believe, okay, I mean today, of course, the area that we're looking at is basically on product innovation. And I think with this, definitely they will improve and move to the next level, basically. A lot of the products have been in the market for a long time, and basically some of them also are household names. So basically the standards are there. Yeah.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.